charge to our task force was to examine the Ohio death penalty statutes and determine whether they're just and fair. And if not, what can we recommend to make them more just, more fair as possible?
We tried to examine what could be done if there's going to be a death penalty to make things better. And I'm very proud of the recommendations that came from that particular committee, and I think they should be passed today. I mean, there shouldn't be even any debate about it.
The facts are that this committee was not stacked in favor of the defense. In fact, there were 8 judges, 4 legislators, 6 prosecutors, 2 academics, and 3 defense lawyers.
There were concerns about the collection, preservation, and testing of DNA evidence. Again, law enforcement identification and interrogation issues, crime lab and medical exam offices, again, being unaccredited, prosecutorial professionalism, appeals issues.
You look at the death penalty, you are twice as likely, and our data actually found that it had gotten worse, that you're 2.5 times as likely to receive the death penalty if the victim of the crime is white. And so, as I've mentioned, you have a significant value of life problem. Is it okay in a justice system to say that whites are more valuable than minorities? And the answer has to be no.
One of the first priorities I have is to get a change in state law that prevents the execution of the mentally ill. The Supreme Court has already said, the Supreme Court of the United States has already said we cannot administer the death penalty to the mentally retarded. But those people that are seriously mentally ill, either at the time of commission of the crime or at the time of their scheduled execution, to me hardly fall into the category of the worst that we should be executing.
Some of those things put in to safeguard these things, to make sure that things are done fairly, and that's what we're looking for, you know.
So, since we're not going to abolish the death penalty in Ohio right now because of our legislators are so set on having it, we have to take these recommendations and push them. And the only way to do that is for you to stand up and be accounted for.
I'm in the position of being on a committee that has recommended changes in our system to make it fair, to prevent the execution of an innocent person. Now, the legislature may ignore it, they may never have any hearings on it. I ask you simply to ask the legislature, please let us have a hearing on these recommendations.